Welcome to my journey with my mother, Federesi Amongo Amake, first wife of my late beloved father, Augustine Anthony Amake. She is also fondly referred to as Toto Aurien. Toto Federesi was a wonderful woman. She was very humble, hardworking, but firm as she was bringing us up. She got married when she was very young, and as for me as her firstborn, it's like we grew up together. Toto was so lovely. She didn't know much, but by the grace of God, she was able to bring us all up, as you will see in her celebration of her life. Indeed, Toto Aurien, I must say that she had quality life, and God was on her side as an orphan, marrying another orphan. They struggled through life, just like all marriages can be, but she had a lot of support because they both were they believed in God and trusted God in all that they did. Because with their marriage, of course, it started with a wedding. Being staunch Catholics, it was a church wedding. And my father also is a firstborn, just like I am. He had to ensure that he takes care of his brothers and our only auntie, his sister, Godfrida Kisa, Papa. He had a lot on his hands. A young family, his brothers and one sister. But through the church and his belief in God, he managed. Toto lived an ordinary life, just like any village mother, young mother. And I look back and really wonder how she was able to cope to bring out this wonderful team of the 11 of us. God has been so faithful and made sure that they don't bury any of their children. And now it is us to celebrate her life. Our home was a place full of people throughout. You would wake up in the morning and find a veranda full of people. You start with making tea. My father was an educationist, and it was like he was the light of the village. So Mom worked so hard throughout her life. She had so many people apart from us that she helped bring up. Some were our relatives from Uganda, from all over. They would welcome all. Being orphans, they wanted to help people, especially by going to school. And our home was near the church and the schools around in Chakol. So most relatives from far off would come and stay in our home so that they can go to school. So Toto Aurien was there for all of us. We had a very wonderful life as children. Of course, children are naughty. She would be very firm. I remember my brother and I, my immediate follower, we used to fight a lot as we were growing up. And of course, the younger ones also, some of them was very naughty. I remember somebody like Jacob. Mom would make food with green vegetables, and he would say, no, those vegetables fear me. Watafute some other, maybe meat or something. But it was fun. And those days, as children, it is one plate of ugali and several small bakulis for every child. And sharing was something that we had to learn to do because we were many. And we are also having our other relatives. We all grew up together. In fact, as one sitting, Toto Aurien would be catering for about 15 of us and the relatives. But we were enjoying the life, enjoying the company. That is how come we are so used to. I can't imagine staying alone and that is almost where I am now. So I find it very interesting. But when we came through that life with our relatives, and also going to school, was in Chakol, it was not very far. So we all went through Chakol complex of schools. There was girls and there was a boarding school. And our father was very instrumental in starting the secondary schools and made sure that, especially for the girls, they started a secondary school for girls called St. Monica Chakol Girls, where all of us girls went through, because he was very instrumental in starting it with of course, with the sponsor, the church, Catholic Church. He said all his daughters will go through that school, which was very nice. And he was constantly in the school to make sure all things are well, constantly there to make sure the food is of good, and of course with our mother giving the support. And because the school was so near, she would even boil cassava and bring us through the fence, us and friends. We really used to enjoy. So I remember some of my alumni girls remember that. After I left Chakol, my sister Priska joined also. After Priska, there was Bridget. After Bridget, there was Joan. After Joan, there was only Dorothy is the one who didn't go to Chakol, the last born now. Because by then, I think now our father was away from home. He had been transferred to other places. But all through, we enjoyed the life in Chakol. After our secondary schools, I remember those days, Toto Aurien would make sure she visits us in Chakol. Each one of us remembers her fond memories, and I'm sure they will share how she would come to school to make sure all is well with all of us. And generally ensure she kept the home, because after some years, our father worked out of home. So it was her to take care of the home and all we needed. Then thereafter, of course, me being the eldest, I went to college, finished college, and went to start working. And my brother, I remember brother like James, was born when I was already out of home. Even Dorothy, our last born, they were all born. So in fact, I was like a stranger to them those days. But at the end of the day, we were all brothers and sisters, and we enjoyed each other's company. And come the holidays, especially Christmas, that was a wonderful time we'll never forget. And it was routine. All the others from the children from the village, after the mass, Christmas Day mass, everybody knows they go to the Amake family, because they know there will be sodas for them to take before they go to their respective homes now to take meals, to enjoy Christmas meals. Of course, Western with the cuckoo. Cannot do without the cuckoos for Christmas. So it was an enjoyable childhood for us with the Toto Aurien and Papa. They would make sure they have shared it all out. Of course, they had to make Christmas dresses for us, especially the girls. Remember that Toto Aurien would make sure Papa knows that he has to get the materials and have them done for us. But then later on, of course, things improved and there were ready-made clothes. Everybody has something new for Christmas. And we were so happy as children. Then thereafter, of course, I was now planning, after leaving college, working for a short time, about 2 years, I was now planning to get married to my husband, Professor Esamai. By then he was doctor. And thereafter, after my wedding, it was my brother's wedding. After that, my sister's wedding. So we were getting out from home, pole, one by one, until now I think our last born. Okay, just like any parent, when your child goes, you feel like there's something missing. But for Toto Aurien, she was happy because we did not go very far. Like me, I got married somewhere near. So I assured her, Mom, I pray to God that I get married to a place which is not very far from you and also not very far from where I married. And that's exactly what God did. That my home is between where I'm married and where I was born. So I have we walked the journey with her. When she started getting sick, all of us, we did our best. My sister, one of my sisters is a medic. My brother's wife is also a medic. So together as a family, we would always make sure mom is comfortable. She has the necessary medicines. She has been taken to the specialists, wherever. To the journeys were Busia, Bungoma, and Eldoret. And my other sister, who is also with me in Eldoret. Together, we all made sure mom was comfortable and got the best medical treatment. And then apart from that, of course, our spouses were there to support us, making sure that mom's bills and what have you have been paid for. And then my other sister, or actually my family has many teachers. My sister Bridget is a teacher. My brother's wife Jacob is a teacher. Joan, of course, is a teacher. My brother, my follower himself, is a teacher. In fact, I'm so proud to say we have 2 principals in the family. My brother is now retired also, but my brother's wife, Jacob's wife, Mama Mrs. Lydia Oidi, is also teacher, principal in one of the girls' secondary schools. And my immediate followers, brother's wife has also retired. So we really thank God for who Aurien was to us, because she was a strong pillar to all of us and her daughters-in-law, whom she received with love. Faustin's wife is also a teacher. She's the one who is at home with her, because the others are out of home. And then apart from those, our cousins would always support us also. You know, the real African family, I would say. Mom loved her grandchildren. Of course, out of our marriages, God blessed us with children, wonderful children. And our children would always visit their grandmother whenever they were home. Even if someone had one or just a weekend, they would create time to rush and just say hi to her. And she loved that. That is why, even when she was sick in bed in hospital ward, she would make sure that her garden has some food, bananas, ground nuts specifically, for her wajukuu. Because I remember even the last time she harvested the ripe bananas, she got quite a lot. And she said those bananas must reach every mjukuu, especially those in Nairobi, because our children many of them are in Nairobi. So she distributed, and that really makes her happy. She was so happy when they have taken something from her. When they visit and they get groundnuts, they get bananas. It really used to make her fun, and the children loved us. You have seen some of them. They have even created a song, they have sung for her, and they have really appreciated the work she did to bring up these parents, their parents. They are very, very grateful. And the Mama was very grateful because, of course, she's been in the African society. She has several of her name, the grandchildren. Quite a number of them, the girls, have her name. So she was very, very happy, and she thanked God for all of them. And of course, she blessed them whenever they visited. They blessed all the wajukus who ever visited her. She gave her blessings to them and wished them well in their lives, in their college, and just prayed God to guide them. Also, there are so many challenges these days with our children. But her wish, she passed her best wishes to her grandchildren. So this particular time, Mom was ill. I went on a Monday to tell her I'll be leaving for Eldoret. My sister, Lawrence, was traveling back to the US. So we had planned to come to Nairobi together. In fact, as a road tour. So I came to Eldoret, but on the next day, Mom's caregiver called and said Mama is not well, so I told her to call the other caregiver immediately. And I looked for my sister-in-law. As I told you, my brother's wife is also a medic. So she came, they came and took her to hospital. But while at the hospital, she wasn't. So we just told the doctor referred her for a scan, a CT scan, which was not available. So we decided to go back home, all of us, my sister, my Dolores, my other sister Bridget. So we went back home so that we could bring her to Eldoret, where medical care is very good. We went back that day. When we reached the hospital, my other sister from Bungoma, Priska, also had arrived. When we arrived, Toto Uren was not good. So we looked for an ambulance, got it, and she brought her back to Eldoret that same night. And we had a lot of hope that she would be better. So she was treated, but after about 5 days, she was not improving. 6th day, the doctor now told her. In fact, at one time he said, she'll be okay. By Tuesday, you are going back home after a week. So we had a lot of hope. Then suddenly, her pressure dropped. The infection was not responding to the 3rd antibiotic. She was taken to the HDU, high dependency unit, and finally to ICU. So when she was there, the physician told me, Mom, we have tried everything. The infection is not responding to the 3rd change of antibiotic. But at the same time, he talked to my husband, who is a medic also, and told him the exact position. So I think maybe the organs were failing because they had said she had a blood clot in the lungs, in the kidneys, and so I think, but Tota Uren was ready. She knew her time had come, because even the way she had behaved towards the end, she called her sons-in-law and all of us, she called her relatives, and it was like she wanted to say bye. And we even celebrated her 87th birthday on 1st of January this year. So it was like she was saying bye to all of us. So when I saw her that last night, I knew Mom was going. So when my sister Bridget, whom I left with her, called me in the morning, and from the tone, in fact that night I didn't sleep well. It was like I was seeing her. I was being told things. She told me, I just heard her say, come, and she was crying, and then I knew it had happened. I had to gather courage, being the firstborn, and compose myself and go now to start the procedures, informing my other brothers, my other siblings, informing my uncle Patrick, and I think now I requested my brother Fidelis now to inform the rest of the family. But I thank God he gave me the strength. I was able to get myself composed. I was able to coordinate them all so that we could pay the bill. I called my friends in Eldoret, and they immediately came and assisted. I called my first son's mother-in-law, who is in Eldoret, and she had been there throughout, coming to see Mom. She's Mrs. Waweru, Miss Waweru, Mama to Rehab, Steve's wife, and my few neighbors. They came immediately to support us. My sister Bridget's colleagues came to support us. My friends got us. Now we had to make a quick decision. Do we take the body to Busia, or we leave the body at Eldoret? But after consulting, we thought it was better to take her body straight to Busia that same day. And the hospital allowed us to do that. And my friends quickly organized for a van for us, a hearse, to take her to Busia. And some of them even escorted my sister Bridget with the body to Busia. So I followed them now the next day. In fact, people at home were waiting for the body the next day, but they didn't know that we had done it so fast, and we thought it would be best. My sister-in-law, Ben's wife, called me, I remember, and asked, Mom, can I come to Eldoret or I go home? I told her to come to Eldoret. She came to Eldoret, arrived around 4, and they encouraged me and said, we can take Toto home just now. And indeed, the people, our friends were very ready to support. The vehicle had been gotten already. So that's how come they came. They brought the body to Lupe University Farewell Home that same night, the same day she died. And from there, now we started the process of arranging for the celebration of her life. To me, I still feel like Mom is still alive. We want to make sure that home remains the way it used to look like. And my Uncle Patrick, I know he has lost, because I could remember when he came after the burial. He came straight to open the door, her bedroom door, expecting her to be there to say hello. But we thank God for the life, the journey we have gone through with her, and for the years that He gave her to us. We release her. We want to appreciate all our friends, our families, for the overwhelming support they gave us to celebrate Mom's life. It was a sight. Okay, I remember one of my daughters-in-law said, Mom, you are rich, your social capital is just awesome. It was a sight to behold. The numbers that came for Mom's celebration of life was truly overwhelming. Okay, I know there were about between 8,000 and 10,000 people. How the food everybody ate, we just thank God. It's like the moms multiplied that food the way Jesus did, that everybody was able to eat, and a lot still remained. And truly, truly, we appreciate you people. We appreciate our spouses, our various groups. For me, I appreciate my neighbors from Kimumu, Eldoret, Elgon View, Eldoret, Soroptimist Sisters, the various groups I belong to, Soroptimist International Eldoret, Border Sisters Busia, Akanyer, Chakol, Olepito Sisters, the Olepito community, Gara community, the youth from Olepito, from the Catholic Church, above all, we really thank God for you. The parish priest, we thank you so much, Father Chris, for what you did for us, you and the entire parish council. The various groups in the church. Now that my brother, my immediate follower, is even the chairman of the parish council, then their support was just overwhelming. We appreciate you. No words are sufficient enough to tell you how grateful we were. Our camera group, the videographers, be all the way from Kisaju in Kajiado, coming all the way to this village in Atapara, Chakol, Busia, at the end of Kenya. I think he crossed the country, he found out where Busia is. It was the first time for him to come. The Ajuma, our event managers, the protocol team led by our cousin, our nephew, Dennis Olele, the Paulette event providers, the food you made, Jane, our caterer here in the village, she did an awesome job. Cooking for us for an entire week, we could not believe it. Thank you so much, Paulette Events. Thank you so much, Obi. I can't remember the exact name of the company, but I know Obi, you've done a marvelous job. I don't know what to say. Esther, my friends Janet, and all, and the support they gave us, God. They're our immediate family, our cousins from Goria, from Chakol, from Kwangamor, from everywhere. We really appreciate your support. Eva, I can't forget to thank you. Mama Julie, we can't forget to thank you. Kwa hiyo kazi yote mulifanya, mulisaidia mama sana. Chochote kitokezea, I remember hata nilipopigiwa simu, nilipigia we Mama Julie. Eva alipopiga simu, nikapigia we Mama Julie, utafute shemeji, hakuja saidia mama. Tunawashukuru sana. Hatuwezi kusema asante enough. Sijui tutawapea nini, lakini mkubali tu, tunawashukuru tu sana. Eva kuacha kwenyu kuja kukaa na mama 24/7, that is an awesome sacrifice. Mama Julie, unawacha boma yako, whenever nikikuhitaji unakuja haraka, na kushukuru sana. Na mzee wako tunawashukuru sana, kwa sababu mzee kawaida angesema sasa unaenda huko na hapa pia unahitajika. So asante sana William and your family kwa kupea mama nafasi wakati popote nilipomuita anakuja. Asante sana. Alafu mwishowe pia nani akakuja, Mary kutoka Ongariama pia alikuja kusaidia mama. Eva akitaka kwenda pahali, Mary ulikuja pia ukatusaidia sana. Tunawashukuru tu sana. Mungu awabariki, kwa sababu hatuna la kuwapea yenye tatoshana na yale mlifanyia mama yetu. Asanteni sana. Tota Urien, I know where you are smiling. Unamshukuru kwa sababu ulikuwa unapenda kusema kama sio nyinyi watoto wangu ningeshakufa kitambo sana. Toto, tulikupenda, lakini tunajua umeenda salama. Tulifanya yale yote tungeweza dunia hii kukusaidia. Na mimi najua hata hiyo sherehe yako ya kupumzisha ilikuwa ya kufana sana, na mimi najua ukiwa huko unafurahi tu, na uendelee kutuombea kwa sababu sisi tunajua bado huko tu. Uendelee kutuombea, na najua ulitubariki. Tunashukuru sana kwa zile miaka Mungu alikupea kukaa nasi. Mungu akubariki, uendelee kutuombea huko mbinguni. Najua huko na unafurahia, na tunajua huko na malaika huko mbinguni. Asante sana mama kwa yale yote ulifanya. Ile mkono yetu ulishika mimi mkono kwa hospitali na kuniangalia, kumbe ilikuwa ya kusema kwa heri. Na kushukuru sana mama. Uliitana Maria ako wapi? Joan ako wapi? Kwanza Joan, lakini sisi wote tulikuwa hapo, tulikuona, tulikupenda, lakini Mungu akatupenda zaidi. Lala salama mama. Bye.